Hello students, we are at AriserTalent and in our today's lecture we are going to discuss about some of the problems that is related to our first chapter of the chemistry, that is chemical reactions and equations. The questions we are dealing now is very important from your 10th class board exam point of view as well as the competition point of view. So in the sequence we have our first question. A shiny brown colored element X on heating in air becomes black in color. Name the element X and the black color compound formed. So we have considered a shiny colored element. The shiny colored element that is turned into the black, so it must be copper, and after reaction or burning it will be turned into the copper oxide, which is probably black in color. So we have the solution for this problem. We have given a shiny brown component. The shiny brown component will be copper. It must be heated. So heating must be done in the presence of oxygen. So copper and oxygen react with each other to give copper oxide. So symbol for copper is Cu. For oxygen it is O2 and it will give copper oxide. Now what will happen in this case? This is the element X. The element X is basically shiny and lustrous. Now on heating in the presence of oxygen, it has been converted into copper oxide, which is basically black in color. So the compound obtained here will be in black color. So we have the element X, that is shiny, will be the copper, and the compound formed in the black color will be the copper oxide. So the correct answer is, we have element X and the compound formed element X is copper and the compound formed will be copper oxide. So this is the correct solution for this problem. Now we are proceeding to our next question. What do you mean by the precipitation reaction? Explain by giving example. As we have already discussed in our chapter that the reactions in which the two clear and transparent solutions are mixed, and after mixing with each other, what we get on the bottom of the container, we get some solid substance which are completely insoluble. So the reaction is known as precipitation reaction. So we have the example for this. The reactions in which solid insoluble substance is obtained is known as precipitation reaction. Now we have an example for the precipitation reaction. Suppose we are provided with Na2SO4 and we are reacting it with barium chloride. What we will get in the product side? We will get 2 NaCl and BaSO4. This is sodium sulfate. This is barium chloride. This is sodium chloride. and this is barium sulfate. Now what happens in this equation? We have got NaCl, which is obtained as a powdery substance and settled as a precipitate. So the precipitate obtained here will be of the sodium chloride. So this is all about the precipitation reaction. Now we are coming to our next question. Write the balanced equation for the following chemical reactions. So we are provided with our first reaction. Hydrogen and chlorine react with each other to give hydrogen chloride. So first case we have considered hydrogen plus chlorine gives us hydrogen chloride. Now we know that for the symbol of hydrogen we have H2, for chlorine we have Cl2, and what we will get in the product side, we will get HCl. So what you have seen here, we have provided with 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of chlorine, and what we will get in the product side, there will be the 1 HCl. So for balancing this equation, what we have to do, we have to put 2 over here. So this will be the correct equation for the reaction between hydrogen and chlorine. Now discussing about our second problem, we have barium chloride on reacting with aluminium sulfate. So our second question is barium chloride on reaction with aluminium sulfate. What we will obtain in the product side, we will get barium sulfate and ammonium chloride. Now for the barium chloride, we have a formula BaCl2. For barium chloride, we have a formula that is BaCl2. For ammonium sulfate, we are given a formula Al2SO4 whole thrice, and these formulas will be from our chapter from the chemistry, that is the writing the molecular formula of the compound. Now if I going to balance this equation, what I will get? I will get BaSO4 and aluminum chloride. Here it is aluminum chloride. So for the aluminum chloride, we have a formula that is AlCl. Now we want to balance the equation. What we have seen here, barium is 1, again barium is here 1. Now what is Cl2? Cl2 have the 2 molecules here. Here Cl2 has 2 molecules, but the formula for the aluminum chloride will be AlCl3. So here there are 2 atoms and here are 3 atoms. So for balancing 3 and 2, what we can done, we will take the LCM of this. The LCM for 3 and 2 is 6. So we will balance the 6 atoms here. So what we will do, we will put 3 over here. 3 into 2, 6. Here it is 3. So we will balance by putting 2. Now it is 2 into 3, 6. So the chlorine is completely balanced here. Now consider the barium. Barium is 3 here, but here we are only 1 barium. So what we will do, we will put 3 over here. Now take the another element, that is aluminium. Aluminium have 2 atoms here. Again aluminium will have a 2 atoms here. So it means aluminium is completely balanced. Now consider the sulfate ions. SO4 atoms are 3 here, and again SO4 atoms we are provided with 3. So we can see that this equation is completely balanced now. So this will be the complete balanced equation. Now we have our third reaction, that is between sodium and water. Our third reaction is sodium react with water to give sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Now we will write the chemical equation for this. For the sodium we have a symbol Na. For water we have a symbol H2O. Now what will happen here? We will get sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, plus hydrogen. Now we will see the balancing of the equation in this formula. We have Na1. Again in the RHS side we have provided with sodium 1. Hydrogen we have 2, but here we have hydrogen 2 plus 1 3. Now how will we make both the atoms 3? Again we can't make them 3, we have to make them 6. So we will get here 6 H2O, and again on balancing it, what we will get? 2 H2 here and 2 here. Now sodium will be 2. So balancing the sodium, what we will do? We will put 2 here. Now oxygen are 6, but here the oxygen is only 2. So we have to balance the oxygen. So we will have to multiply this equation again with the 3. So what we will get here? We have to put 3 in this equation. Now if the oxygen are 3, the hydrogens are imbalanced, that is 4 plus 3 7. So this will be not the correct way to solve this equation. So we will again write this equation as sodium plus water gives sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Again we are balancing the equation. Now Na is 1, Na is also here 1, H2 is provided with 2 molecules, so 2 plus 1, again we are getting here 3. O is 1, that is 1 is balanced. Now we have to balance only the hydrogen in this sequence. So we will make the hydrogen here 2 plus 1, that 2 plus 1 3, and here it is 2. So what we will do? We will make it 3 into 2, that is equal to 6. So we will put 3 over here and 6 hydrogen atoms and 2 over here. Now we will get the hydrogen in this equation equal to 5. Again we are left with only 1 hydrogen. So what we will do? We will eliminate the H2 from here, and for balancing this equation we will provide it only with hydrogen, because it is not mentioned that it must be a hydrogen gas. So the balancing can be done by calculating the number of atoms on both the sides of the equation. So this will be the correct solution of this. If you want to copy it, please copy it from here. Now we are proceeding to our next question. Write a balanced equation with the state symbols for the following reactions. We have the first question here, solution of barium chloride and sodium sulfate. So for the barium chloride we have a symbol BaCl2. For sodium sulfate we have a symbol Na2SO4. Now these both react with each other to give the insoluble barium sulfate and the solution of sodium chloride. So what we will get in this equation? BaSO4 plus NaCl. Now again we are going to balance the equation. Here Barium is 1. Barium here is also 1. Chlorine is 2. But again chlorine here is only 1. So what we will do? We will put 2 over here. Now the chlorines are balanced. Now consider sodium, Na2. Again we have the 2 atoms of sodium over here. Sulfate, SO4 is 1. Again we are getting SO4 as a 1. So this is the complete balance equation for this reaction. Now we are on our solution number 2. Sodium hydroxide solution in water react with hydrochloric acid to produce sodium chloride and water. Firstly we have sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide is NaOH and it reacts with hydrochloric acid. This is HCl. So this is our sodium hydroxide. And this is hydrochloric acid. Now what happens when both they react with each other? On reaction with each other, what they are producing? They are producing sodium chloride and water. NaCl and water. So NaCl is sodium chloride and this is actually water. Now again we will do the balancing of the equation. Na is 1, here Na is 1, O is 1, O is again 1, H is 1 plus 1, 2, H2, chlorine is 1, again we are getting chlorine here is 1. So we can say that this is the complete balanced equation. So this is the correct solution. You can copy these solutions from here. Now we are on our next question, that is, which of the following reaction is not balanced? So we are on our first equation. Sodium hydrogen carbonate gives Na2CO3, H2O and CO2. So we are on our first equation. 2NaHCO3 gives Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Now we will write the name of the element here and number of atoms here. So we are here name of element and our second category is number of atoms. Now we have sodium that is equal to 2 and in RHS side again we have 2. So here we can also write as number of atoms in LHS and number of atoms in RHS. So here the name of the element is sodium. So first is Na, that is sodium. 2 atoms of sodium in the left hand side of the equation and the 2 atoms in the right hand side. So we can write 2 here and 2 here. Now hydrogen here are 2 and here hydrogen again 2. So H2 is hydrogen, again hydrogen 2 here and 2 here. Now proceeding to our next compound, that is carbon, C. Carbon here is 2 and again here we are getting 1 plus 1, 2. So the carbon here are 2 and 2. Our next element is hydrogen we have balanced, sodium we have balanced. After carbon we are with oxygen. So our fourth element is O that is oxygen. In case of the oxygen, what we have? In LHS, we are provided with 3 into 2, 6 oxygen atoms. Now balancing the RHS, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6. So what we have seen from here in LHS and RHS, 2, this is again 2 and 2, this is 2 and 2, and here it is 6. So I must say that this equation is the complete balanced equation. So this is the balanced equation. Now proceeding to our next question, we will again write the number of elements in this. The reaction is for part number B, 2C4H10 plus 12O2 gives 8CO2 plus 10H2O. Now we have to calculate the carbon atoms. So first we have carbon. Carbon is C here. Now 2 into 4, 8. Now considering the LHS side, we have 8 carbon atoms. Hydrogen, 10 into 2, 20. So hydrogen, that is H, equal to 20 here. Now in the RHS side again, we are provided with 10 into 2, that is equal to 20. Coming to the oxygen atoms, 12 into 2, 24. 12 into 2, 24. Now calculating the oxygen atoms in this, 8 into 2, 16. 16 plus 10, 16 plus 10 give us 26. So 12 into 2, 24, and 8 into 2 plus 10 gives us 26. So this equation is satisfied, this is satisfied, but this equation is not correct. So we can say that this equation is not a complete balanced equation. So here the correct option is option number B. So for among all these statements, option B is the correct answer. If you want to copy it, please copy it now. Now coming to our next question, write a balanced chemical equation for the following chemical reactions. Aqueous solution of sulfuric acid and sodium hydroxide. So we are provided with sulfuric acid plus sodium hydroxide. So sulfuric acid and sodium hydroxide gives sodium sulfate and water. Now for the sulfuric acid, we have a formula H2SO4. For sodium hydroxide, we have a formula NaOH. Now it will form sodium sulfate. It means this Na is going to react with SO4. So NaSO4 will be combined, and what will happen in this case? H2 combined with OH to form water molecule. So the correct solution will be sodium sulfate plus water. Now checking all the atoms in this. H2 plus H. We have the 3 hydrogen atoms here, and again we are having 2 hydrogen atoms here. So 3 can't be made as a 2 and 2 cannot be write as a 3. So again LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So balancing this equation, what we will do? We will put 3 over here. 3 into 2, 6. It will give us 7. And if I put 3 against this, then it will not be possible to balance this equation. So firstly we will balance the sulfate ions. S is 1, S is again 1, sodium here is 1, here sodium is 2. So what we will do? We will put 2 over here. Two can be written here. Now we are having 4 atoms of oxygen and 2 atoms of oxygen here. So 4 plus 2, 6. Here we have 4 plus 1, 5. So we have to make the oxygen atoms as a 6. So what we will do? We will put 2 over here. Now 4 plus 2, 6. Again here 4 plus 2, 6. Now calculating the hydrogen atoms again, we have 2 into 2, 4. And again 2 into 2, 4. So there is no need to write 3 over here. Now this equation is completely balanced, and the balanced equation is H2SO4 plus 2 NaOH gives Na2SO4 plus 2 H2O. So this will be the balanced chemical equation for solution number 1. Now we have our next question. Phosphorus burns with chlorine gas to form the phosphorus pentachloride. Now we have to write the balanced equation for question number 2. Phosphorus burns in chlorine gas. We have phosphorus. Second thing, we have chlorine gas. So what the product are obtaining here? We will get phosphorus pentachloride. So the product here is phosphorus pentachloride. So for the phosphorus we have a symbol P. For the chlorine gas we have a symbol Cl2. And what we are getting in the product side, we are getting PCl5. It means phosphorus pentachloride. Penta basically means 5. Now we have to balance the number of atoms here. Here chlorine is 2 and phosphorus is 5. We can't make 2 as a 5 and 5 as a 2. So what we will do? We will make the chlorine of 10 atoms. So writing 5 here, 5 into 2, 10, 5 here. So we will get here 2. 2 into 5, 10. Now phosphorus here are 2, but here is only 1. So for balancing this equation, we will put 2 over here. So this will be the complete balancing equation for this question. So in our today's lecture, we have deal with the balancing of the chemical equation. So this lecture is over for today. We will deal with many more questions in our next lecture. Thank you so much and have a nice day.